All right, guys, welcome to our Monday Live. Every week we're here, and welcoming your questions and comments. So yeah, let me know where you're from. Today we're talking about all the questions you have, but also about the judge blocked Trump's policy for making arrests in places of worships, public places like courts. People are worried about going to work, going to the church on Sundays, and the judge today put an injunction on this thing. So let's see what happens with this. But I know a lot of you are worried. We're getting a lot of questions. Thanks, MJ. Troy from St. Lucia. Thank you, my friend. Washington, Winston. So welcome. As always, we're here every Monday. Put it on your calendar. Unless something happens and ICE gets a hold of me, we'll be here every Monday. We're here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Welcome, my friends on TikTok. Welcome. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And so, yeah, as I mentioned, a judge put an injunction today on Trump's order on essentially allowing them to detain people who are going to places of worship, churches, synagogues, mosques. Thanks, RJ. And now they have an injunction, so they can't do it. So we'll see. We'll see if they respect it. They've been arresting people who are going to their asylum hearings. So if you had an asylum hearing and they thought your case wasn't good enough, they would show up outside of asylum court and they would detain you. We have a client that it happened to, and he was detained for literally 2 days. And just because they according to their records, his asylum case wasn't strong enough, right? So they're doing all these things, and that's why we're here for to educate you guys and give you the information that you need. Do you offer consultations to Massachusetts residents? Absolutely. We help clients in all 50 states, and all you have to do is use that number right here to get in touch with me, and we'll jump on the questions right now on TikTok as well. And also, I know that many of you are interested to join me live. So if you want to join live on YouTube, let me put this here. If you want to join live on YouTube, I'm going to post the link right there. And here's the link. Perfect. If you want to join live on TikTok, so you need to request to join the live, and I will add you to the live. Okay, guys, I'll accept you in a few minutes. Let's get more people to ask questions, but you can join on the request for the live, and I'll add you to the on video. All right, let's see here. Life is asking, my wife's case is on hold and I have an I-130, but we are moving. Does this affect her case? How to change the address? So if you are moving, any immigration case, you have to file online form AR11. You have to let them know that you're moving, and this way they will know that you're moving. You're obligated to let immigration know that you're moving. Let's see, Malik is asking a question on TikTok. During divorce process, green card holder go to visit another country. I see what you mean. So a lot of green card holders, I posted a bunch of videos about green card holders that are worried that what's going to happen to them when they travel if they're going through divorce or stuff like that. As long as you have the paperwork to show that, it's a good bona fide marriage and all that kind of stuff, you shouldn't have no problems when you travel. But a lot of green card holders are being impacted right now. I don't know why. They're holding them at the port of entry. They're questioning them. They let them go. Most people actually can go, but there's just a lot of anxiety among green card holders as well. And I've done a few videos about that, what you have to do if that happens to you. And I'll do more of those. And actually, two of them are coming up this week on YouTube and all the other platforms. Let's see. We have questions on Instagram. Can a green card holder? This is a question from Sheila. Can a green card holder file for a petition for undocumented children? Yes, as long as they're under 21, if they're his children, yeah, you should be able to file. Let's see. Big Mama is asking, I'm about to apply for my citizenship. Did you know how long they're taking for accepting? So for citizenship right now, it's taking about 10 months in most states, but things might be different in the next 6 months. It might take longer. Josh says, I love immigration. Thanks, my friend. I try to, I can't see the Instagram questions all from one day, so I have to switch between the screens, but I'll do my best to. Can I expedite an appointment in Ciudad Juarez? This is from Yesenia. You can expedite appointments in Ciudad Juarez. What you can do is you can request an emergency appointment, and you do this through the National Visa Center, and you can do that. So we've got people from Dallas, Chandler, Miami, Florida, Brazil, El Paso, Texas. Amazing. I appreciate all of you guys. How can I get my deportation report? You can apply for a FOIA. This is from Ian Chulico. You can get a FOIA, and you can get that request. Let me see here. Is it safe to travel after a short visit to Canada these days? I have an approved I-97 and I have an expired H-1B visa. I mean, it's always a risk. If your visa is expired, I wouldn't recommend to travel on it. If you are on the border with Canada, you can travel for 30 days, up to 30 days under the revalidation and come back. But CBP officers have been really, really tough with people right now. So I will be very careful when you do that. All right, let's take our first video call. Guys, if you want to join a video on YouTube, I posted a link here. Don't be shy. Join me on the screen. I would love to see you guys. Let me get first video call on TikTok. And we've got RJ, who's been sending us some gifts on there. So RJ, oh, thanks, my friend. And don't forget, guys, we have the challenge. We have the cloud heart. I want to see who's going to pop that heart. RJ, where are you from, and what is your question?
Sir, I'm in Chicago. So my question is, I came on J1 visa.
Yep.
So my visa was expired in December. Now I'm on B2 tourist visa. So
Okay.
if I want to go for the H1B, so
Thanks, Mel.
what documents I need and what I have to do?
You're talking about H-1B stamping, right?
Right.
Yeah. So if you're applying for the work visa H-1B and you're going to go for stamping, you have to have the employment offer letter from the employer, so we can show how much is your salary. You need to have a copy of the file, ideally, of the form I-129, and also a most recent letter to show how much you're getting paid and your job title. Because sometimes, people apply for H-1B, let's say they're an engineer, but in fact, they're doing data analysis, right? So the embassy wants to make sure that the job that you're going to apply for the visa matches your the job title on the application itself that they gave you. All right.
Okay. So we have the only option for H1B after J1, right?
For work, yes, you can apply for. Well, if you have a J1 is a trainee visa. You also have the option for H3, which is like a extended training, but it's all in the same idea that you have to have the employer's file for you.
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my friend. Good questions here. Annie is asking, will my 601A be affected we applied in 2023. This is based on all the changes that are happening right now. I don't think the 601s will be affected. It's just that the current backlogs are the same backlogs. Thanks, Karma. Appreciate it, guys. Don't forget we have the Cloud Hearts. Karma is killing it right now. Let's see who's going to compete. We're going to meet our challenge. Let's see. Can someone with the deportation order from 2006 should worry about getting detained? They have applied for U visa in October 2024, and they have biometrics in November. So if you had a prior deportation order, and now you're thanks, Mickey, and now you have a U visa, normally you shouldn't be a priority for deportation. But as you know, and I made videos before that I mentioned that they don't really care as much about if you have already a U visa in process, they could potentially deport you or at least detain you. Thanks, guys. We're halfway through our challenge. So I would say that you should be okay if you have the U visa pending and your deportation was already removed. But just be cautious because they really don't care. Thanks, Karma. I appreciate it. So I would just, like I said, I would be cautious. 10 years pending asylum with a citizen child, I can request cancellation, removal, stay, and applying for EB3 visa because I got a sponsor. Or should the state be changed for that? Your sponsor is in a different state. I mean, I honestly, if I were you, and you are able to do a cancellation through your family member, you should do it. But again, cancellation, you can only do cancellation if you are placed in removal. You're not in removal right now. You know what I mean? So I would definitely try the EB3, and you don't have to move to a different state because it's a future position. So the employer can be anywhere. All right, guys, we got a lot of good questions here. Can I travel outside of the United States under the 2-year green card? A question from Mel. Oh, Mel. All right, guys. So let's tackle this question. So Mel is asking. She has a 2-year green card and she's worried about traveling outside the country. There's been a lot of videos out there from other attorneys, and I made myself a lot of videos explaining the risks of traveling on a green card. But there's no issue. We're almost there. At our goal. There's no issue with traveling with a green card under 2 years. There was never a problem with that. It's just like a green card. It's the same green card. Thanks, guys. I think the videos that were posted online there was a lot of misconception. If you have a 2-year green card, if you have a 10-year green card, it's the same thing. The issue with the green card is the following. If you have a problem with your green card, so let's say you have a 2-year green card and you're now getting divorced and you're not going to be able to renew the green card because you don't have any a spouse to renew, and you don't have the documents for the waiver. Then you're in trouble. If you travel and they question you, you don't have the evidence. Okay. Number 2, let's say you have a green card. You got into trouble with some kind of issue, and now your green card, the immigration issued a notice to appear to court, and now you're thinking about traveling because you have a stamp in your passport. You'll be detained. If you have a green card and you'll be traveling and you've been outside of the country for more than a year, or consistently 6 months, but definitely more than a year, you're coming back, they think you abandoned your green card. Those are the people that are going to have problems. Just because you have a green card for 2 years is not going to be an issue. So don't worry about it, guys. It's green card holders that have problems with their green cards. All right. Let me take a couple of questions on Instagram here. We've got, can I expedite an appointment in Mexico City? No, you can't. I think 6 months validity is required to be very careful. Absolutely. My mom's dad fixed his papers. He fixed my uncle's papers. Can he fix my mom's even though she's 40? Well, yeah. I mean, it's just that her visa category is going to be different. If she's over 21, then her visa category is going to be different, and it's going to take longer for her to process. Let's see. I have a green card and I applied for my son who lives with me in America. My son is 14 years old, and there's been no response. There's been no response because there's been major backlogs, specifically on these kind of applications, So I'm not surprised that you haven't seen any response. Um, what is the process for self-sponsorship? This is a question from MP Beatrice. So self-sponsorship is, you can self-sponsorship through different ways. I mean, I usually talk about the self-petition through the national interest waiver. If you have a degree and you're doing something that you have a special endeavor in your field, you're making an impact in your field, you can self-sponsor yourself. You don't need an employer. Thanks, my friend Shubak. Shubak is on TikTok. So you can self-sponsor yourself also through the EB1A. If you are achieve certain milestones in your career, you made an impact. You run a company, or maybe you were part of a thing. Then you can do that, right? You can do that, self-petition yourself. Many people are doing self-petitions. You're an entrepreneur, you're doing something amazing in your career, you have DACA, thanks, Shubak, appreciate it. So don't be shy to see if you qualify for it. Melanie from YouTube is asking, how can we book a consultation with you? I'll say it again. Throughout this process, throughout the live stream, if you're watching this on YouTube, there's a phone number right here. I'll put it on the banner as well. This number right here, put it here. You can use that number to here we go. You can use that number to book a call. And if you're watching this on thanks, Karma, I appreciate it. If you're watching this on TikTok, you go to my bio. There's a phone number in my bio. Send me a text while we're watching the live. I always tell people, if you send me a text during the live, we can prioritize the possibility for you to get an appointment with me. So if you're watching this on TikTok, the number is in my bio. If you're watching this on Instagram, you can send me a DM. If you're watching this anywhere else, use the phone number on the screen right now. Send me a DM. Take advantage of the live opportunity to book consultations with us. All right, let's take, I think Stan is watching on YouTube. Hey, Stan, how are you? You're a
Hello,
regular now. You're a
I,
regular.
I
How are you?
am
Yeah, yeah. Tell me.
very good. Thank you for
Are
asking.
you working in construction or
So no. I work door to door, and
are you like a
my
driver?
question is related. So,
Got it, got it.
no, that's a construction vest. Just anyway, don't
Oh, I see.
don't mind that.
No worries.
I work door to door sales
Okay.
in Arizona, and should I be worried about, since I'm undocumented, being stopped by the police and detained?
So I think, if you're watching this from states like Texas, Arizona, Florida, there's always a concern that you might be stopped by police for a routine check. Your lights are broken, whatever. And during that routine check, a police can take initiative and say, hey, what's your immigration status? They're not supposed to do that, but they're doing it. They've done this also in some places in California as well, right? Where we had clients that, so if that happens, just remember, watch the videos about know your rights. You don't answer anything about your status. You don't answer anything about, especially to state police. You don't have to answer anything. You stay polite, but don't tell them anything about your status. And always ask them at the end, am I free to go? Am I free to go? And as soon as they
Yes,
say you're free to go, you politely leave. But you don't have to tell them anything about your immigration status. State police, they're not immigration. And even immigration,
yes,
you can reserve the right to remain silent, and within reason, obviously, and you don't talk about your immigration status. I wouldn't if I were you.
yes. Because sometimes, because I knock on people's doors, and sometimes people are calling
Yeah.
the police because reasons, right? And I'm just worried about
No,
that.
I mean, if they call the police on you and you haven't done anything wrong, then just say, listen, I'm just I'm doing my job, and that's it. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
All right. All right,
Yes.
Stan. All right. Thank you, my friend. So, like I said, guys, you can be undocumented, you're doing your job, and if state police stops you, which they are doing in some states, then you just enforce your rights. Watch the videos that I posted and know what you are supposed to be doing and what you're supposed to be saying to them. Churches or let me see here. Churches or should not be used as a safe haven for illegal aliens. We've got a lot of interesting people in the comments. Rose, Rose, you have to realize that it's good that you're here on the live because we've got some people that are anti-immigrants or joining the lives often. It happens more on YouTube than TikTok. TikTok is a safe place mostly, but I see on Instagram and on YouTube we have a lot of anti-immigrants. So remember, Rose, they're not hiding there. They have the right to go to church and pray just like you. Undocumented immigrants are human beings, and they should be allowed to go to pray, and they should be able to go safely to, for example, to court. You know what I mean, guys? So, unfortunately, you hate on immigrants, and you're joining my live, and I'm not kicking you from the live because I respect the freedom of expression. But immigrants should be allowed to go to churches, to public places, and seek refuge there if they feel unsafe. And if you think I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But I would love to see what you think. Let's see here. Another question, almost 4 years green card. Can I apply for citizenship? When can I apply for citizenship? I have a green card for almost 4 years. Remember, guys, if you are not applying based on marriage, you can apply for citizenship after 4 years and 9 months. If you're applying based on marriage to a citizen, you can apply after 2 years and 9 months. It's kind of a little loophole, and you can apply for it earlier. They should, let me see here. They should arrest all undocumented immigrants, all illegal immigrants, and deport them outside of churches. So again, guys, we got a lot of hate comments on our YouTube live right now. I don't see any hate comments on our TikTok because the TikTok community is amazing. But for those haters that are watching this, I wish you my best, and hopefully you will be able to find some, some therapy or something. If you are trying to fight or say bad words against undocumented immigrants who are working hard in this country, then by all means, I feel sad for you guys. I do feel sad for you guys if you're coming to my live knowing that I'm an immigration attorney helping everyone, and you spreading hate. That's on you guys. Show your face on the live. Show your face on the live if you have the courage to say it to our faces. Show your faces in front of everybody. Come join the live and say bad words and hatred against immigrants. But I guess you're not going to do it. But if you're brave enough, show your face. I want everybody to see you guys. Those of you on TikTok can hear this on the voice. Those of you on YouTube will be able to see all the hate comments. But show your face. Be brave. Come on the live and say it to our faces. I'm in the process of applying for my citizenship. My husband couldn't find his naturalization. Can a copy of his passport replace his naturalization? Absolutely. They don't need to have the certificate. If he has a U.S. passport, it should be good enough, guys. Don't allow the haters to stop what you're doing. Robert is saying, don't allow the haters to stop what you're doing. No, of course not, guys. We're not going to allow the haters. The haters can do whatever they want, but we'll continue to educate immigrants how to enforce their rights. We'll continue to show up here every Monday and even more during the week to spread free information, and also give people the opportunity. I'll tell you a story. This happened last Monday on the live. I was on the live. I said what I'm saying right now. If you want to book consultation with me, if you're watching this on TikTok, go to my bio, screenshot the phone number, and send me a text right on the live. If you're watching this on YouTube, I posted the number on the screen and said, screenshot the number and send me a text, send me a DM. If you're watching this on Instagram, send me a text or a DM. And somebody was watching this live. A person, he was an immigrant. a female immigrant who has been abused by her U.S. citizen husband. She was watching quietly in the room, hiding, watching my live, with her headphones, and she was able to send me a DM. And my team members found the DM, and she said, "I need help. I don't know what to do." And she was married to a citizen, and he didn't file for paperwork. And I booked a consultation with her, and she was able to apply for VAWA. We're doing this VAWA for her. We gave her a special rate to help her, and she was able to escape to go to a sister's house. And again, this happened. Things happen on the live. Things happen on the lives. People take the courage to take the number on the screen, to screenshot it, and to send me a text. Because it's one thing to see a lawyer online, to Google the attorney. When you see an attorney, watching the lives, and they're telling you, you can safely, go to the bio, screenshot the phone number on TikTok, and send me a message right now through the live. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you send me a DM, you send me a text to the number on the screen. If you're watching this on Instagram, do the same thing. Empower yourself to do it, because we don't know what you're going through. You don't know if you've been abused at work, or if somebody is taking advantage of your immigration status. We did a webinar, me and another employment lawyer, last week, and we talked about what happens when you get abused at work. You come here on a visa, on an H-1B, or you're here on a DACA, or whatever, and you're working for an employer, and then they're taking advantage of you. They're not paying you on time. They're stealing your wages. You can apply for a T visa. People didn't know about that, but they saw it on the live. So take advantage of this, guys, and let's make it happen. Can a green card holder with a shoplifting record approved an approved I-130? Can a green card holder with a shoplifting record that has been dismissed be prevented from returning to the USA at the port of entry, especially with this executive order? It's a good question from Ali. So it's a green card holder. He had a shoplifting, but it was dismissed, expunged. Remember, guys, for immigration purposes, it can never be expunged. Expunge is good for state, right? For your state, if you want to get a job, whatever, they're not going to see it. For immigration, it's always going to be on your record. Now, does that mean if you had a shoplifting and you have a green card now, they won't let you in? No, it doesn't mean that. But it means that you're going to come in at the port of entry. They're going to inspect you. They're going to give you a hard time to get in. All right, let's take a few more people on video. I know Amina is waiting patiently. Amina is on YouTube. Where are you from? And please activate your video so we can see you on the screen. And then we'll take people. We'll take Sakura, Joanna,
Hello?
Parviz on TikTok. Yes, Amina, are you able to put your video on?
Sure.
Because we're on YouTube,
Hi.
right? Perfect.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Tell us your name and where you're from and ask your question.
I'm Amina. I'm from Iraq, and I'm married to a U.S. citizen.
Are you in Iraq right now?
No, I'm in the U.S.
In the U.S. Okay. Tell me your
I
question.
came on a J1 visa 12 years ago.
Okay.
Then I went back to Iraq. I didn't finish my 2-year requirement.
Okay.
So
So you had a 2-year rule on your J1, but you didn't
Yeah.
satisfy. Okay.
I spent almost 2 years.
Okay.
It was like 5 months until 2 years.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, I went ahead and applied for
A
hardship.
waiver. Okay.
Yeah, hardship waiver in April last year,
Okay.
and they haven't responded to me yet.
Okay. Well, the reason they haven't responded to you because waivers are taking about 18 to 20 months to process, and you're not even a year into the process. You
Okay,
basically have been waiting. You're in the queue. They're
all
working on
right.
this.
I'm waiting on that. So, but I'm also like trying to prepare for my green card application, and one question says about my husband if he has been arrested or something.
Okay.
20 years ago, it's like a small thing. He stole something from a grocery store and got caught.
He's
So
a
how
U.S.
should I
citizen.
report this?
He's the U.S. citizen, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can mention it. It's fine. It's not going to be a problem for the case.
It's not
The
gonna be
only
a
reason,
problem.
no, the only time there is a problem is if there's issues with domestic violence or crimes against kids. That's it. Those are issues that can impact the U.S. citizens from sponsoring you. But a criminal
Gotcha.
offense of a U.S. citizen like that is not going to be an issue. Just mention it, but it's not going to impact it.
Okay, one more question.
We only have
I
one question. I've got so many people in the line.
okay.
I'm here every Monday. Do it like
all
like
right.
Stan. Stan came back literally. I told him to come back on Monday. He came back.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
Thank you so
All
much,
right.
Amina. I appreciate it. I mean, guys, people, so many people want to know the questions. I want to give you the opportunity. Let's take some more questions from TikTok. Can I file Form I-130 for my husband, even if he is in jail and is in his immigration hold? Absolutely. So you can file an I-130 even if your spouse is detained. There's a way for you to show up there and get him to sign paperwork. It might help him actually in the process of getting him out on a bond or whatever you're doing for him. But by all means, in fact, some people can even get married in detention. So we have people that are detained in immigration court, immigration detention. They have a boyfriend or girlfriend over outside, and they go inside and get married to help them move along the process. All right, let's take Joanna, who's been waiting patiently here in the TikTok. If you want to join on video, please request it. If you are watching this live right now on TikTok, make sure you share the live. There's a little arrow at the bottom. You can share the live. And if you want to book a consultation, use the number in my bio. Go to the bio right now, screenshot the number, and send me a text from the live. You'll get a priority. And the same thing for you guys who are watching this on YouTube. I'm putting the number here as well as on Facebook and Instagram. It's the same. You can see it on the screen. Joanna cannot join for whatever reason. Her connection is too slow. In this case, we'll take Sakura, who has been waiting patiently. Sakura,
Hi.
where are you from?
Hi.
And if you have...
Good night. My name, I have a question. So I work with, I'm undocumented, but I overstayed.
Okay.
My situation is different from my coworkers who are from Haiti.
Okay.
With Trump ending the parole, do you think ICE is going to show up at my workplace? Am I in like a wrong place, wrong time situation?
Okay, so let's kind of break this down. So as you know, Haiti and a bunch of other countries, Nicaragua, Cuba, Venezuela, their paroles are over. And more than that, it's not just over, but also under the executive order, if you're trying to switch your status to something else, they won't allow you yet. They won't allow it. Okay. So are you a priority for deportation? I don't think so. There are many, many people from these programs that are here. They lost their status. They're not going after them. But if you're going to be in the wrong place in the wrong time, and they happen to have a raid, and you happen to be there, and they're going to find out that you have no parole anymore, maybe. You know what I mean? But they're not going to actively look for you or all the people from the parole programs. They cancel the parole programs, and they won't allow you to switch status to anything else. But it doesn't mean that you guys are priority for removal.
Okay, I'm just scared that, because we do housekeeping, I'm just scared if they show up for them and then there's me. I'm just scared about that part.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so
No,
much.
I understand, but you're not a priority for removal.
Thank you.
Right, guys? So it is very frustrating, but you're not. Let's take some questions from Instagram. We've got Gigi Banks. It might be canceled upon entry because the USA might feel you don't really need it. This is referring to somebody's green card. How long will it take for work visa to come through if application was submitted in December of 2024? Most of them are taking about 6 months, but I need to know what work visa. Amora Bernardo is asking, what do you do about refugees from Africa, asylum? It's a new under the Trump. What do you know about it? What I know is that he issued the executive order. I haven't known anyone who was able to apply under this executive order, specifically for white South Africans that are coming here because they're being persecuted. But once they started, then for sure, I will be able to help you with that. And guys, those of you watching this on Instagram, you should be able to send me a DM. This is the only place you can actually send DM. all the other platforms, please use the phone number on Instagram. The phone number on TikTok. It's in the bio. That's the quickest way to get a hold of me and book a consultation. And on YouTube, the phone number is right on the screen right now above my head. Elizabeth is a DACA recipient. She has brought here illegally and became a DACA. She's engaged to an American citizen. What would be the best way to get started? Elizabeth, the best way to get started if you have DACA and you're married to a citizen is to file for the green card. You can do the I-130. And then if DACA was before the age of 18, you're not subject to unlawful presence. If it was after, you have to apply for a 601A waiver. It's the best way to do it right now. That's how all people are doing it right now. And that's what I would do. Any positive information for the visa bulletin for the next month? This is from Shah on Instagram. I think the visa bulletin for next month is not going to be much different from the one in that we just got right now for March. We're going to see better movement after June of 2025, not before that, unfortunately. All right, let's take a few more questions here on YouTube. This is a question from Facebook. How long will UCIS get back to you after receive evidence for the green card, request for evidence? So if you get a request for evidence and you respond to that, expect an answer within 90 days. It's taking about 90 days right now for these answers to go through. We've got Joey on YouTube who wants to join us on live on camera. If you want to join on camera, then you can do that.
Sorry, I'm driving right now. But the reason that I'm calling you is, first, I want to thank you for everything that you're doing. You were just telling my story so that people know. I was duped by a lawyer before, and then I connected with you, and you helped me get my immigration papers in place. I am a citizen today, so wanted to let everybody know that you're doing a really good job.
That's amazing. I'm happy. It's always good to hear from past clients to see that they are successful. So thank you for being here.
Perfect. The question that I have is, my wife came on an F1 visa and then she applied for an asylum. But since I got my citizenship, she got her green card, which is a 2-year conditional. But her dad is really sick back in India. So is there a possibility, can she go back to India ever, or she cannot?
No, absolutely. So you're saying that she has a conditional green card right now?
Yes, she does.
No, absolutely. She can go. That's why I mentioned in the beginning of the live stream that there's no risk to conditional green card holders to travel, as long as she has proof that you guys are still together. As long as she has her card in status, she can travel. Absolutely. There's just been a lot of misinformation online about saying that if you have a green card less than 2 years, you can't travel. This is not true. You can travel. It's all good.
And by the way, I got my citizenship through you, and she got the green card through you as well. So just wanted to get a little clarity on that. But that has been really helpful. It's calmed my mind down because the family is really sick, and the problems that we had due to the asylum is not there anymore. So, but we wanted to confirm with you once, and you've been doing a really great job. And thank you very much that you're doing for all us immigrants.
Thank you so much, Joe. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Like I said, for us, we're doing what we're doing. Working the long hours after the work that we do during the day, doing the lives, the fact that you guys are giving us the feedback, getting the positive responses it means a lot to me. Gamzek is asking, can I travel an advanced parole? I came with a K1, I'm waiting for my green card. Absolutely. So if you came with a K1 and you apply for the green card and you have advanced parole, you can travel. As I mentioned, they are stopping people on advanced parole. They are questioning people. But if you have all the paperwork that you need and you left with the right documents, then you shouldn't have any problems with, like I said, you shouldn't have any problems. What do I need to do to get an H-1B? I'm an international student with an F1 visa. So to get an H-1B right now is H-1B season. So you need to get an employer. You need to get thanks, Ness. I appreciate it for the gifts. You need to have an employer, a job offer, a degree. You have to have a degree that is required in this position. Or if you don't have a job offer, you can do a self-petition. Thanks, Parviz. I appreciate it. you can do a self-petition on your own. It's a brand new change in the law that if you have a college degree but you don't have an employer, you can do the H-1B visa by yourself without an employer. So think about it, guys. The deadline, they're opening the registration on March 7th, and they're closing it on March 24th. So if you have a college degree and you have an employer, you need to do this now. If you have no employer, you can set up your own company literally and sponsor yourself. It's the first year in the history of the H-1B that they allow self-petition sponsorship. So don't miss the opportunity. If you have DACA and you want to get rid of the DACA, then try the H-1B. I'm telling you guys, you can do this once a year, so don't sleep on that. Now is the time to do it. All right, guys, let's see. Let's take another live caller on TikTok who are waiting. And we've got Mr. Praviz, who's been sending us the gifts and the hearts. Praviz, where are you from? And if you have a video, please activate your video.
For my video, just give me a second, please. Thank you so much for letting me talk and also ask my question. Actually, there is a information in social media that applications for Afghan nationals for the green adjustment of status is stopped or paused by the U.S. How is it accurate? Because I have already heard from other attorneys, actually, they talked about it. So the people are very concerned. Yeah. Because I am also sharing their attorneys' videos in my social media as well.
Of course.
So I just want to know about it.
So your question is, are they pausing adjustment of status of Afghani refugees?
Yes, for the adjustment of status for the green cards.
Yeah.
If they have already applied and they're in the process,
I've heard this before. I personally haven't seen any of that happen. I know we have clients that are going through the adjustment and they haven't had any problems. I don't think that at this stage they're stopping adjustments. What they are doing is that they are checking and they're vetting more. So for example, let's say you apply for adjustment from a parole, let's say even Afghan parole, they will question whether you were eligible for the parole in the first place while you're adjusting your status. So you might see like a longer process for the adjustment, but not complete stop. That's not happening right now, as far as I'm aware. Yeah.
Yeah, I have already got my green card from my family. Already got it through the asylum and the refugee as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is that I'm getting from my friends as well. I said I'm going to connect with some of
yeah. No, for
the
the moment there's no pause on it, but they're definitely investigating and checking more people that receive their let's say green card through the the refugee program, and they're verifying whether their refugee program was issued in good faith, and if it was, then they're fine. But if it wasn't, then they will question their adjustment too. That's all. Okay.
Concern that my people have right now.
Of course, but yeah, right now it's not happening.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Praviz. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of information online, right? People are talking about, oh, if you have a green card less than 2 years, they're gonna deport you, or like he said, right now they're stopping all the adjustment of status from certain refugees. Right now, it's a time of a lot of misinformation. I feel like they're doing it on purpose. They're trying to put people against each other. They're trying to make people very anxious. This is what this administration is doing for immigrants, guys. So you gotta take what you read online with a grain of salt. You gotta watch videos, do your research, but don't freak out whenever you hear something, because there's a lot of misinformation. In fact, it's done on purpose. Remember, their goal is to self-deport people. They want you to leave. So they're not here to be supportive. All right, let's see. My husband filed, this is for Mags, for a petition for a spouse, U.S. citizen next month is March 27, already 1 year. Until now, we're waiting for the approval. How long? I'm from the Philippines. From the Philippines right now, the wait times are about 1.5 years, right? You're almost a year in, so you're on your way. But remember, there's always a way for you to check on your case, to even do an expedite if needed. So make sure you do that. Let's see here. Veronica, your questions are cutting off. I don't see all your question here. All right, let's see. A lot of good questions. Thanks, Michelle. Appreciate it. How long does it take? How long does it take for permanent resident the renewal process, the green card process? So if you're renewing from conditional to permanent, it's about 4 years. If you're going to renew your green card on Form I-90, it's taken about a year or so, depends on where you live. Thanks for the hearts, guys. Thanks for the hearts. If you're watching this right now on TikTok and you're not following me yet, please follow my account as we speak. This way, you're not going to miss any of my lives. Every Monday here, 5 p.m. Pacific time, we get together to talk about immigration. Thanks, Shabalik. Appreciate it, Nessa. That's one thing. So make sure you follow my account if you have here for the first time, and also share the live. There's arrows in the bottom. Share the live. The same thing on YouTube. You can share the live on Instagram as well. And the second thing is, if you want to book a consultation with me, do this during the live. Literally go to my bio on TikTok. There's a phone number there. Screenshot it and send me a text right now and say, hey, I see you on the live right now. I want to actually book a consultation. You guys get priority. And if you're watching this on YouTube, as I mentioned before, the number is on the screen right now. If you're watching this on Instagram, you can send me a DM. Let's see. Let's take a few more questions from Instagram. Can you apply for a green card? This is from Mohammed. Can you apply for a green card while married, a green card holder, while you are in pending asylum? Yes, you can. But you have to make sure that the priority date of the green card holder is going to be current. If it's not current, you can't do that. If you're watching this on Instagram, you can see there's a phone number on the screen. Write down this phone number and use it to book a consultation with me while you're watching the live. Caro is asking, Caro Jones on Instagram, for the N600, what do I need? My father passed away. I've been a resident for 38 years. You need proof that your dad lived in the country certain years before his 14th birthday and certain years after his 14th birthday, and you need to collect all these documents in a package which is filed with the N600. Maureen is asking, is there a backlog on citizenship cases, decision-making, and oath? Right now, there's no backlog, but trust me, the backlog is going to start in the next few months. With Trump administration, how long do you think it's going to take for waivers to be approved? Right now, it's taking 3 years for the waivers, so I don't think it's going to take less than 3 years. So, and again, those of you watching this on Instagram, you can always send me a DM. You can send me DMs only on Instagram. Anywhere else, use the phone number in the TikTok bio to send me a direct text right now on the live. And thanks for the gifts and the hearts. And make sure you follow me. Those of you on Instagram, those of you on YouTube and Facebook, you can use the phone number on the screen to get in touch with me. All right. Who wants to join us on video? We've got Lance. Who wants to join on video? Lance is watching on YouTube. Lance, can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. If you can turn your video on, it will be very helpful so we can see your face as well.
Hi
there you go. There you go, Lance. Where are you
Hi,
from?
my name is Lance. I'm from Canada, currently working in the U.S.
And what is your
My
question?
employer is sponsoring me for a green card. We just received the petition, approval of the petition.
Okay.
Under the EB3 category. My priority date is May 8th, 2023.
Okay.
But given that the USCIS is already using the final action dates, obviously I won't be able to apply for adjustment of status until fiscal year 26. So my question is, where do you see the dates for filing being moved to at the beginning of fiscal year 26? Because I'm concerned that I may have to wait even another fiscal year.
It's a good question because EB3, and even last time that we did live stream, we had a bunch of people asking about EB3. EB3 is very backlogged. I mean, you might see a little bit of movement after August of 2025, but I don't think, unfortunately, there's going to be much change in the movement, and you might have to be waiting for 2026 for any activity on the case, unfortunately. Unless a miracle happens and we get more visas from the family categories injected into the employment base to be able to push this category, I don't think it's going to move any further. Are you currently on a TN visa?
Yes.
Okay. It shouldn't impact your renewal of a TN. I mean, you can keep renewing it. But, I wish I could give you better news. I personally don't believe that it's going to move any significantly in 2025.
So by fiscal year 26, so the beginning of, I guess, October,
Correct. There'll be a slight movement. Current. Maybe slight movement. It's not going to be current. There'll be slight movement, but it's not going to be current. It might be current past summer of next year. Not this year, next year. That's what I think. But hopefully I'm wrong. But I wasn't wrong for the past 2 years, so I don't think I'm going to be wrong this time.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, my friend. So, many of you are waiting for your green cards to be processed. You're applying for, through employment. You're waiting all this time, and it's taking forever. And the reason why it's taking forever is because the demand exceeds the supply of visas. They don't have enough green cards to give around on the family visas, on the employment visas. It's just the sad reality. And so people have to keep renewing their work visas. Let's see here. Fido says, I got my documents approved to I-130 since September 29, 2024 by NVC. When am I going to attend my interview, please? Currently, I live in Nigeria. Well, what is your category? What is your category? So I can tell you. But if you're from Nigeria, I can tell you. If you're from Nigeria, if you're from Pakistan, if you are from the Philippines, if you're from Nairobi, Kenya, you're going to wait a long time. Those countries are super backlogged, and people that are applying from these countries are going to wait a long, long time. So be prepared. If you're from any of these countries, you're going to wait a long time. So you have to find a plan B, either come on a different visa or just be patient and save yourself the anxiety and the hardship. But it's just taking for long. If you're from Gambia, I see people from Gambia on TikTok, you're also in a very bad spot because unfortunately countries in that region are very backlogged, and all you can do is hope for the best. All right, guys, so we are ending our live stream on YouTube and on Facebook and on Instagram because we're almost at the hour. We're still gonna be on TikTok for a little bit longer because we started later on TikTok. We always give TikTok a little bit of time. So if you have TikTok, you can move back to TikTok. I have another 10 minutes over there. But anyway, those of you watching on Instagram, YouTube, I appreciate all of you guys being here. We're gonna be here every Monday, guys. Every Monday, unless ICE gets a hold of me, I will be back here every Monday. So don't worry. Keep sending me questions in the comments on our YouTube videos. We have every week we have 2 videos coming in, very, very important topics. Usually I try to release information first on YouTube, breaking news that you see. So make sure you subscribe to our channel. And again, if you need to book a consultation with me before we end it, do it right now. We have priority for our live viewers. The number is on the screen on YouTube and on Facebook and on Instagram. And on Instagram, Sheila is asking, how long will it take for a green card holder to petition undocumented wife and stepchildren? It will take over 3 years, Sheila, because right now there's a backlog, and these categories are backlogged, so it's going to take a while. All right, guys. So we are ending our live stream on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. See you guys next week. It was a pleasure. I appreciate all the support, and more videos are coming your way.